Hello everyone and welcome to Brother Earth Healing, especially to you air signs. Welcome to your personal reading today. Whoever's feeling the air energy around them also, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing some messages for you, guiding you into July. So this is going to be your July kind of forecast. I already have some stuff coming through already. One thing particularly strong we'll get into. I wanted to mention that just first of all, to just say thank you guys for all the support, and it's been amazing this past month. Starting the channel last month was really great, and I'm looking forward to just a lot more amazing connections with you guys and all that jazz. So, I wanted to say that though the end of the month readings for June that I posted a couple weeks ago were very potent, and particularly the fire signs video had some really, really juicy stuff, and I would really, really recommend watching that. It was really potent. I was gonna also say that I do have an Instagram account too. If you want to go and check that out, I post, I channel messages, angel messages, and with Gabriel, and do some other kinds of things on there that aren't up on here on YouTube. So feel free to check that out. It's under the same name, just Brother Earth Healing, just straight up. And feel free to hit me up on Instagram, or I left my email and stuff in the description too if you're interested in doing any kind of work with me. But other than that, or just to say hi. But I think that's good for our intro today. I want to get started a little bit quicker. Just start by getting into a really nice, beautiful, easy space together. So we'll take a few breaths together. Really allowing ourselves to settle, allowing the mind to settle. Whatever we've been carrying today, just we can ask ourselves, ask our mind, ask our emotions to rest for a moment as we open ourselves to receive what we need to receive today. We know that whatever's coming in is there to help us and guide us through this time, particularly this month here in July. And whatever, whatever is resonating with you, just go ahead and run with it. No need to think too much or analyze right away. Really being open and receptive, and what doesn't resonate is probably for someone else. Offer a little bit of thanks and praises to your beloved spirit, source, ancestors of our blood heritage and spiritual heritage. I want to thank you for guiding us, for protecting us, for teaching us. I'd like to ask for support and offering messages of healing, of wisdom, of light and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I had, before I pull any cards, there was one thing that came out really strong, and so I'll just tell you what I came in and then what I saw. So it seemed like there was some issue in a relationship with like fidelity or something like that. That's what I felt. That's what I saw. And then felt like it had to do with, like, you yourself might be a water sign or an air sign, or have a lot of water and or air in your chart. I'm picking up that maybe whoever's listening, is feminine. And then I picked up on the other end, which I do feel more masculine, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that way, or it could be reversed. had more of like fire, or it could be just a fiery person. And I was seeing like woods, like camping or something like that, like you're going camping, something like that. So that part of it wasn't so clear, but if that resonates in any way, then, well, let's see. Okay, I'm kind of called to pick this up. It's funny. It's kind of funny because this is actually the second card. I picked it up, right? And this was the second card, and here's what's under it. Okay. So I'm feeling like there's some heaviness from this, from what is being shown and what's coming through. I feel like I tend not to want to get into people's business like that unless I have consent. So I feel like what was just shown was enough, is what I feel. Yeah. I have been seeing sevens all day today. And today is the 7th, I think, too. I just looked at the time, 7:07. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to shuffle this deck. I normally do this at the end. So here's also what came out. I'm going to leave these here for now. I'm kind of done with those. Maybe they'll come back around. But yeah, let's kind of get into our reading today. That wasn't the only thing that came through actually before when I was sitting. I also felt like there's a sense of chaotic. It's like a chaotic kind of energy going on, or like feeling chaotic, feeling like a little bit of like, you know, kind of really in the storm. A very difficult, like making decisions and things like that. And like, yeah, just kind of really continuing to go through it, which I felt has been that way for a lot of air signs for a while. Yeah, a lot of like pulling and grasping for things for like gratification or for pleasure, without, but like there's a recognition that there's not a lot of substance in that. And so I think that there is evolving through this process, which is a natural process and not something to be, you know, ashamed of or weary or afraid of or to get too beat down by, right? We all go through those periods for sure. But rather to see it as, okay, this is actually a stepping stone for me to go deeper into spirituality or, you know, whatever that is. I feel like what I heard before too about like that fidelity situation is I feel like, and there's, you know, more than one person watching this. So just like I said earlier, take it how it resonates. Like there's be a growing recognition of like lack of, fidelity is not the proper word, like lack of authenticity or being honest with your own self, right? Like self being, you know, faithful to your own self, to your own true nature, your own fullness, your own full self, right? I'm feeling really a lot of heart blockage is what I'm feeling, or with whoever I'm tapping into there, or whomever I'm tapping in there. So right off the bat, here's the bottom of the deck. Okay, 2 of Swords. I'm really picking this up, like definitely read this as reversed, like, and there's a lot of ways, there's different ways to read reversals. I'm picking this up as like, it's like 2 of Swords, but like extra 2 of Swords, you know, like really having a hard time. I do feel like there's like yeah, just like really strong decisions to be made. I also feel like there's a sense that you know what the right decision is. There's a lot of self-doubt and a lot of pain and struggling through that. And it might very well have to do with this fidelity kind of situation. Actually kind of seeing you go towards someone else. I normally don't read like this. I really don't normally do any kind of romantic kind of readings, but that's what's coming through. Here, take a look. I mean, got, okay, it's like this really tough decision, right? Oh, sorry, it's a little high. This really like, you know, that's what I'm feeling. It's like this, you know, this is really, I'm really in a pickle here, you know, really not having a good time, you know. Again, I'm feeling this, I'm reading this as extra, like a lot of conflict. Not necessarily that there's a lot of different parties involved, right? Because there are, like, you know, quite a few people there. It's like, but that there's this internal tugging, right? And I feel like a lot of it doesn't have to do with, if this does apply to you, it doesn't have as much to do with the actual dynamic in that relationship or whatever, but more so of an internal strings, you know, an internal tug of war, which seems to be the real work, right? So this is what this is guiding us towards, is really understanding what the real work is. And this doesn't have to be with a romantic partner either. This could be with family or friends, or, you know, even work or whatever projects you're a part of, okay? Yeah, so not fun, right? Not fun. But I do feel like there's a large part of the suffering or the pain from whatever the situation is not coming from what's going on out there, right? It's the way that we grasp to things, and don't allow that natural cycle, and have difficulty understanding that cycle of things, coming and going, and like learn to be equanimitous is what I'm feeling, is like, with that would be some advice. But that it's not as bad as you think is the general feeling, right? Although I think this is kind of just how you feel, right? Yeah, I'm definitely getting this strongly, bound, really, really feeling like there's no place to go. There's nowhere to go, right? Okay, I think I understand this a little bit better. So, okay, so here are the other cards. Okay, these are the other two cards. Not sure if you can see them, but so, I'm really feeling like this is you, or, really rushing to some King of Wands. Interesting. I feel like this could go two ways, actually. I feel like it could be read like this, right? Where it's like this running away from that situation. But initially when I read the cards, and the way that they came out was actually like this. The knight running to the king, right? And I think I'm feeling called to read it like that. Running away to something else that feels better, or that's different, or feels similar but is different, I just feel like everything, I feel like everything comes crashing down. What comes crashing down and why? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so I had the Tower under the deck. Okay. And then I heard, it all comes crashing down. Okay. And then I was about to start shuffling, and I did the first split, and I was like, okay, no, this is good. Okay, 8 of Cups, and then it was reversed. Okay. So the way I would read this in the upright position for this situation is like, this would be the healthy thing to do, right? To understand that, like, even though that you've worked hard to build something, leaving when it's time to leave isn't a defeat, but rather like, but then also understanding the real value of the exchange, you know, and the value of what's been given and received. That's also beautiful and wholesome and healing as well, right? And that nothing is lost, right? Energy isn't lost. It's not. It wasn't like it's not a waste of time, right? Like the things that we do, even if they don't seem to bear the fruit we think that they should bear, we would like them to bear. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely of the belief that, you know, all of those situations that, you know, like that, you know, do bear a really beautiful fruit, but we are in many times and in many ways unable to see, and yeah, don't look for, okay, what really truly was the lesson here? What was how did I really benefit? And I think that going into that a little bit more will really reveal a lot, and give a lot of insight, and also allow for a sense of like equanimity, like I was saying before, with what is going on, you know. And if there is this need to leave some kind of situation, then it's much easier, right? Like knowing that there was real value in that experience, right? Instead of feeling like, oh, it was all for naught, right? Basically. But I did receive it I did receive it in the reverse. And I have a sense that there's a tough lesson going to happen, or yeah, whatever. But that, you know, we all have choice. We all have a choice. We always have a choice. Okay. Okay, so I think that is more than enough for that situation. I'd like to ask, let's get some new energy going. And let's see what's going on for some other folks. All right, moving on to Herbal Tarot. Okay, 10 of Cups, and popped out, like literally I was shuffling it. I wonder if you guys saw that actually. It like popped out and just like landed in my hand. It was in the reverse actually when I first pulled it out, and then it popped in the upright along with the moon. Okay. Okay, this was at the bottom of the deck. I love lemon balm. That's the herb on this deck. It's the Herbal Tarot. Lemon balm. I actually have some lemon balm I need to make some tea out of. Okay, let's see what's going on for some other folks, for the collective air signs right now. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's like feels like there's like this past full moon was like really potent for a lot of people. Helping people to get what they need spiritually. Yeah, a lot of support and little like boost, like a little turmeric shot, like something like that. Really helping people to move into a place of okay, like mindful action. That's what I'm feeling. A lot of love there. Yeah, a lot of like really beautiful, you know, big love, big love. Yeah, love of saints, you know. That's what I feel here. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of beautiful energy around all of us right now, trying to support and help right now. Interesting. I'm not too concerned about how people perceive me, so I'm just gonna kind of go with what I'm hearing. what I felt was like an extraterrestrial presence, or like that's what I felt. Yeah, like not aggressive, like supportive. Okay. Like hidden, right? Like hidden. But to know that they're there. Okay. That's cool. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll go with it. So what's up with this Ten of Cups? So although there's a lot of suffering, although there's a lot of stuff going on, I know that there are people tuning into this, or in the future will. Also, something I haven't shared in these videos yet is that and other tarot readers also share this often. Like, you know, time is something that we live in, you know, but energy isn't really like, you know, it isn't constrained to like time, you know. So whenever you are watching this, could very well apply, you know, to what's going on now, or in the past, in the recent past, you know, further in the past, or, you know, a little bit in the future, or further into the future, you know. So just letting it soak in and you know, is the name of the game. Okay, so although there's that suffering going on, yeah, okay, yeah, also, yeah, there's like these hidden treats, there's this hidden treasure, right, that is going to be found, that you are going to find. I'm feeling for some it's going to be like sooner than you think. I think for like the majority, it's like sooner than later. So what does this have to do with? That's interesting. Okay. So sometimes we can read this as wishes being fulfilled, right? You know, if we consider like looking up at the stars, you know. That's funny because that's kind of what I got with the moon card, with this one when I first pulled it. One thing that came to me right before I got that little random alien bit, or extraterrestrial, whatever that it was, then I saw people like looking at the stars, you know, like probably like on the full moon night. A lot of people were looking at the stars, looking, you know, up. And so there's some connection when I pulled this. Yeah, dreams also. This is a very cool reading. So not only are there messages and signs coming through in dreams for you, if you resonate with that. Yes, okay. But also there's this dream, right? This collective dream of how we want to exist, how we want to see the world and be in the world, and how we want to see others thrive, and, you know, to help remove and alleviate the suffering, right? There's this dream. Growing, okay. Growing dream. Like, yeah, I mean, this is what this whole time is right now. It's like this huge catalyst time, you know, where we need to make use of, you know. And a big part of that is like really truly wanting that, really, like, above anything, like letting go of our own personal stuff and our own personal, like, personal achievements, or, you know, you know, I want a career. And I got this really strongly actually just yesterday too. Feeling like, you know, my, like, even my intention with having this channel and stuff is like, I mean, yeah, I'd love to support myself doing this work exclusively and this and that, you know, but I also really, you know, this is just the path. This is the way. This is my path of service. You know, this is, I want to help people heal and grow, you know, with the gifts I have and the gifts that have been, you know, that I've received. And so, yeah, I think that that's the case for a lot of people right now, is that they're, in a big way, we're really like going towards, like going in that direction of really releasing ourselves from like, yeah, of like, of the more egoic aspects of that, of the dream, right? Because I feel like we always have this, there's always this dream, right? There's always this direction. And so now it's this beautiful, beautiful time where that is just becoming this collective experience, which has been coming through in all of these readings, frankly. And so it's interesting how in each one, as we continue and go through this year, the onion just starts to peel and peel, right? For everyone. And I feel like, yeah, there's so much support. Queen of Cups. I feel like many of you, particularly if you are, if you have a lot of air in your chart and are tuning into this, or are like your sun sign is an air sign, that there's an encouragement, and it's happening, I feel, to kind of lean into more of a heart-centered space, right? Dropping down from the mind, the intellect, you know, which a lot of air signs, people that have heavy air signs, you know, in their chart, tend to, yeah, like really rely on the intellectual thing. And for many of us, for all of us, we're all trained to do that, right? But I think particularly for air signs is like, yeah, learning to, and having this process where we come down into the heart space and begin to live and experience and, yeah, come from a place of heart and understanding of our emotions, and going deeper into what we feel, right? Relying on that, you know, learning to trust that, right? Learning to trust how we feel, and understand it, right? Okay. So, we have a lot of juicy stuff coming out. I do want to pull a little bit more for this, because this is really potent. I want to, yeah, okay. I want to know more about this. And I'm going to pull, okay, I'm going to take this too. Yeah, I feel like what's going on, especially for those that are really going through it right now, is this really huge shedding of like, you know, bad habits and things that are holding us back, right? In a general way. And there's this real, like, authentic wanting to be honest, right? And wanting to be honest and faithful to our true selves. This is coming back to this first message, right? Not just about relationships, you know, not just in relationships with not just in relationships with other people, but in relationship with yourself, right? Yeah. Okay. So while that situation, in that maybe like romantic situation might be happening for someone, it might even be somebody that's not even tuning in, or might tune in later, but which is kind of what I'm feeling. But I feel like this is really about this situation. Faithful. I'm getting that common song, you know, faithful to the end. Okay, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense with what's going on here. I'm going to show you these cards again, you know. This was the first one that came out, right? And so devoting your whole self, right, to yourself, right? Like being devoted and so committed to, you know, to transforming and unveiling your gifts, right? Okay, this is making sense. This is coming together. Okay? I'm really feeling like this is helping someone in a big way, and I'm super duper happy. I like feel you like being like, oh damn, you know, like, oh okay, like this is what I needed to hear. Like I was feeling really confused, which is what I was feeling earlier, and like for more than one person for sure. But I'm super happy for whoever it is out there that I'm feeling right now that's seeing this. Like, that's awesome. I'm super duper happy. And you should totally reach out to me and like say hi. Okay. And then, yeah, I feel like this too, right? Like, I feel like what's the message is coming through to like from me is like give up or hand over your pride or your sense of like there's some like ego in there. I'm feeling like real, yeah, some ego and some like yeah, arrogance is what I'm feeling, and like being like being prideful in a way that's having negative effects, right? I mean, it's obviously okay to have, it's good to have pride and appreciation for where you come from and who you are, you know, and for all that stuff. But when that becomes arrogance and this, you know, I feel like that's something for someone too. Okay. I wanna support whoever is resonating with this a little bit more with, particularly with okay, this shedding. Okay, we're shedding this sort of older skin, we're shedding these bad habits, and I would like to offer some more messages of support around that. Okay, we got one right away here. Okay. I feel like someone has had a really hard time being patient. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting this for someone who is of a younger age, and also for someone who is very playful and who is older but has a younger, has a young heart, young spirit. Okay. Interesting. A feeling of being timid, of being shy and afraid, a little bit afraid of really knocking that down. It's really a childhood thing. Yeah, it's a childhood thing. Maybe of not a lot of like feeling of like emotional support, or a little bit of like what's the word, feeling dismissed as a child, or like not having that encouragement or support that you can do it, you know, you can do it, and you can do it, you totally can do it, and it's like totally possible. I feel like that is what wants to come through. And there's, yeah, guides and support there for you. Whoever is resonating with this, it's, yeah, very raw, very tender. Yeah. And so, and this is kind of what this is what I was feeling earlier when that Nine of Swords came out, like really kind of going through it, really having a hard time releasing. Yeah. And I think that there comes a time when, if we've had those kind of experiences, you know, if we've had experiences of like not like feeling supported by our parents, you know, in certain areas that were really important to us, or in a certain time that was really important to us, you know, because, you know, it happens, yeah, and it's not from a place of like, you know, they don't love you or whatever, right? But I feel like there comes a point where we grow we grow enough and develop this emotional maturity and emotional resilience and this overall resilience enough, we'll be kind of can break through that crack, or that it's kind of like being in an egg, right? I feel. And like we begin to poke little holes in it, right? And we begin to pierce it, and come out of that timid, shy, reserved, you know, because it's like a protection, right? It's like a protection, because if we don't feel like we can do it, you know, we need something to protect us, so that we're not let down, or you know, whatever the situation is, right? But yeah, no, but I feel really like more than hopeful, like very certain that this process for you is bringing you to this new world. Like beautiful new world, like really truly. It's like seeing like waterfalls, and I'm seeing like bright beautiful day, like just like there might be some exploration and adventures very, very soon for you. Hunter, I know you're probably gonna watch this at some point. This is also for you, my buddy, my brother. I love you so much. Yeah, without taking everyone's time too much, but definitely for Hunter and for whoever else is resonating with this. Yeah, dude, that's like your eggshell, dude. Like you've been in that, you know, at the ranch, and like, yeah, dude, there's like no need to worry about anything. There's no need to worry. Like you're about to go on this big, beautiful adventure, and it's like you have so much support and so much love from all of us, and you're so cared for and watched over and loved. It's like unbelievable. And yeah, dude, just go, yeah, man. Just be you, dude. Just go and be you and do you. And I think that's for everyone too. Like, you know, just go and be you, like the most beautiful you. Just break it, you know, just do it. There's a point where you do have to like just rip, you know, to just break out of whatever it is that's holding you, you know. And I feel like that's the case. That's what's going on right now. So this is what I'm doing, is a forecast basically, right, for July, for the month. So I feel like these experiences will come through, and to watch this video, like maybe again a little bit later. I do like at the end of the month readings as well. Yeah, but I feel like this is really good for now. I feel like this is beautiful. It's exactly what has been needing to come out for now. And I'm gonna actually close here. It's kind of funny, I actually did the oracle cards in reverse this time. So yeah, that's cool. I'm so happy for you guys. And if you guys need any support or want to work with me privately, again, you can feel free to just hit me up on Instagram or on here in the comments. Yeah, Instagram is just the same, Brother Earth Healing, just one word. No spaces. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I love doing this so much, and I truly hope it has benefited you. Yeah, may you just have a really, really blessed month.